So now that it's officially January 2nd, 2020, I will officially allow myself to say out loud that 2019 was the best year of my entire life. So the other day, I took the time to write out a list of some of my 2019 highlights, and I thought it would be fun to kind of just run through this list. But before I do just feel the need to say that although 2019 was absolutely amazing, it wasn't perfect. I had my fair share of really sad days and really insecure moments, just like any normal human being does, but it always kind of just brought me back to that really cliche saying, which is, it's a bad day, not a bad life, and 2019 really proved that to me. All right, so let's start from the top, shall we? Wow, that was the theater kid in me just popping out really quick. I rang in 2019 with my best friends for what at that point I guess was the 4th year in a row. I think this past year was the 5th year in a row. So that's always an amazing way to ring in the new year. We spent it in Brooklyn and it was such an amazing time with all of my closest friends. The beginning of the year after New Year's began with some pretty bad news, which is absolutely not my business to share, so I won't be elaborating on it, but it definitely was a bit of a bummer. Even I think at the end of my 2018, I just like felt this weird energy. I wasn't feeling my happiest. My parents could definitely tell, and I couldn't really pinpoint why. And then after ringing in the new year, got that bad news. So it definitely wasn't starting off the year on the highest note whatsoever. And then on top of that, after New Year's, I had 6 days before I left for study abroad. And obviously that is something I'll get into, but I mean, before I left for study abroad, I was a mess. Throughout the course of probably the back half of 2018, I almost dropped out of my study abroad program so many times. It was probably a total of 4 times because that's how many meetings we had. After every single meeting, I left, I called my parents, I went back to my dorm room, bawling my eyes out to my roommates and said that I don't want to go. So the beginning of 2019 was really stressful for that reason because I wasn't even sure if I wanted to go to Spain in the first place. Just a fair warning, I already know I'm gonna cry in this video, so if you don't really feel like seeing that, maybe this isn't the video for you. But I'm feeling so grateful. So anyway, January 6th rolls around and I wake up and I hop on a flight to Madrid, Spain. And it was that day that I met 4 girls that really contributed to 2019 and why it was such an amazing year for me. And that's Liz, Anna, Adelina, and Brooklyn. I don't even think they know how much they impacted me because I definitely don't think I'm the same person that I was in the beginning of 2019, and a lot of that has to do with them. So I don't know if you guys are watching this, Liz, Anna, Adelina, Brooklyn, but if you guys are, thank you guys so much because you did a lot for me and I'm so grateful. So as you guys know, traveling is like my favorite thing to do in the entire world, and I knew I did a lot of it when I was abroad, but I didn't really realize exactly how much I had explored until I wrote it all down. So just in Spain alone, I traveled to Alcalá de Henares, which was where I lived, Madrid, Tenerife, Toledo, Cordoba, Sevilla, Barcelona, Girona, Ibiza, Oviedo. I don't know how to pronounce that one, but it's in Asturias, so if that means anything to any of you, Covadonga and Gijón. I traveled to all those places in one country within 5 months. That is crazy. And then on top of all of that, I took 17 different flights this year and traveled to 5 different countries, which is just like, what? Take this as your sign if you need to, and go watch my study abroad videos, not because I made them and because I'm proud of them, but because I really think that they'll help you. I tried my best to show you guys what study abroad really was like, from the really hard beginning phases and feeling homesick to the in-between phases trying to figure out your friend group, all the way to the end when you're so sad to leave. And I really think that, I know that everyone can benefit from this experience. I came home in the beginning of May and I had just, in general, the best summer with all of my closest friends and my family, really. I mean, right when I got back, it's so interesting because I hadn't seen my best friends for like 6 months or so, and we just went back to nothing ever happened. I mean, you would have thought that I saw them the day before. That's how normal everything felt when I got back, and that's always such a reassuring feeling, especially after spending so much time away from the people that you care about the most. But one very monumental thing that happened in the summer, especially for my mom and my dad, because they worked so hard for this, is they bought a summer house. And this is something that has been on my dad's bucket list forever. And I'm so proud of him because it's something that he's wanted to do pretty much his entire life. And then at the top of June, I started my internship for the summer. This was my 3rd summer internship, and although I'm so grateful for the previous 2, because I mean, they taught me so much about the industry and myself and my work ethic, this one was so special. I think a lot of it has to do with the intern competition that I participated in, because I was able to work with a team and really just like show a larger audience, if you will, what I'm capable of in the world of advertising. And on top of that, I mean, I worked with some amazing people. The team that I worked with there were just like so supportive, and they treated me as someone that they wanted to mentor, and they really just cared about like improving my learning, but they also treated me kind of like a friend. And that was really special because it just made going into the office every day so much more enjoyable. And I was really sad to see that internship end, but it ended on a really high note because we did win the intern competition. My group won. It was a very, very big deal. And afterwards we went out to drinks to celebrate. It was just, that was so fun. And it's obviously an amazing thing to put on my resume, but an even better thing to just look back on, because how freaking cool. In July, I turned 21 on July 6th, and my 21st birthday was such an incredible day. I mean, I had that day planned for like a month prior, maybe less. I'm not really that much of a planner. And everything just went so smoothly. I couldn't believe it. And that was just so cool. And the fact that I was able to just spend that day with all of my closest friends was even better. Another thing that happened this summer is my little brother graduated high school and started college. If you guys didn't know, he does go to Syracuse University. He's a freshman, and I mean, I wasn't really expecting to react like this, but I cried a lot. I mean, a lot of it was happy tears because I was excited for him, but I was also weirdly upset. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that we're just growing up, and I was also scared for him because I know that freshman year can be really scary and nerve-wracking. I took that in a really weird way that I wasn't expecting it, but right after we dropped him off, my family and I went to California. And it wasn't the ideal situation. Obviously, we wanted him to be with us on that trip, but we did go to California. California is a place that like will always have a very special place in my heart. I could totally see myself living there at least one point in my life. I just love it out there so much. And my family and I went to Palm Springs and Santa Barbara. We had an amazing week there where we ate some of the most incredible food, and I was able to just be really present with my parents and have just such an amazing time. And then literally the day after I got back from California, I got in the car and my family and I drove to Baltimore, where I started my senior year of college. Now, I don't think it's any of you guys' first time watching one of my videos. This is a pretty weird video to watch of mine first, so sorry about that if it is, but I am a senior. Senior year has been really special because I feel like when you become a senior, everyone just thinks that your friend group stops expanding and like you just stop making friends. And I've made so many more friends this year, and I just feel myself being so much more social and just so much more willing to open myself up to people. And again, I think a lot of that goes back to experiences that I had while I was abroad. And even this past summer, even people who probably feel like they just like flew right under the radar in my life had a really big impact for me. And because of that, I just feel myself thriving in senior year, and it really has been the best semester of college for me. And I'm also doing well in school. I got a really, really good GPA this semester, so that also adds a little extra bonus, especially for my parents. So this year, 2019, I gained a total of 9,973 new subscribers. That's crazy. This has been, without a doubt, my most successful YouTube year, and just the community that I have built completely unintentionally, obviously, around the topic of study abroad is so remarkable. I mean, it blows my mind every single day, the fact that I get DMs from different people from all around the world asking me questions about study abroad, or just saying that I am the reason that they went. It's just, I mean, I can barely believe that this is my life, even though I've been doing this whole YouTube thing for almost 7 years, and I mean, I'm just excited to keep this going. Like, I know my channel might not ever blow up to 1 million subscribers. I am not expecting that whatsoever, but I don't think this is it for my channel. I definitely think there's a lot more to come, and I hope you guys will stick around. So beautiful, people. That leads me to this moment right now. January 2nd, 2020 at 11:45 in the morning. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. If you have, I want you to leave me a comment down below saying the highlight of your year, because you just sat through however long this video is hearing me yap and yap about how great my year was. I want to hear the highlight of your year. I will talk to you guys very soon in my next video. I love you so incredibly much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.